Hello everyone, hello our subscribers, hello for those who have been supporting us on our YouTube channel. Today we are celebrating 100 subscribers. We started this channel 3 weeks ago, and the response that I've received within this short period is very welcoming. And thank you for the positive feedback that I've gotten from different kind of people that who have subscribed to our channel and those who keep on subscribing and supporting our content. So most of my followers wanted to start poultry farming, but they requested me to show them how our poultry farm look like. So today I'm going to show you how you can be able to manage and build a very simple poultry house using not using on a budget, that you can start a very good and a very profitable poultry farm. So on our farm we don't have a very big farm, but we managed to build a very good structure for our birds, and today I'm going to share how we managed to build our structure that is holding our birds right now. So thank you for those who continue to subscribe and those who are continuing to subscribe. So this is our poultry house. Here it is. So we built this poultry house 1 month ago, and this is how it looks like. So if you can see the exterior of this, we use the the timber that we use this timber to make our exterior of the poultry house, and we are able to manage to put this kind of door to our poultry house so that it can be able to control entry and exit from our poultry house. So this is the door that we installed at our poultry farm. It's a very simple door, and this is how it looks like. So if you can see the exterior of the poultry house, we use this timber to make our, I don't know how I can use the a good term, but in our local language you normally use the word magogo. So we use this kind of timber to close the exterior of the poultry house. So this is how it look like. And in the outside of the poultry house, we were able to let this opening here, the opening, and this opening we used the wire mesh and the chicken fence to close it. And on our next episode I'm going to tell you the reason why we did not close the entire poultry house with the timber, the reason why we left this opening, and we used wire mesh and the chicken wire. So that's how poultry house look like. So if you go into the interior of the poultry house, this is one of the feeders that we have in our poultry house. Here it is, a simple feeder. This is what we are using because in our poultry house we have different kind of ages of birds, but we decided to feed them at once because they were really cooperating. There were no vices of fighting, so we decided to mix our poultry house. So in this poultry, it's a very small organized poultry house that we manage, and for now it's holding 300 birds right now. So these are simple poultry house. So we use this kind of feeders, and these feeders we hang them, as you can see. We tied them on a rope to the roof of the poultry house. So we've used this kind of feeders, so they are extended from the ground. So on our next episode, I'll try to explain on why we suspend our feeders from the ground, like not feeding them like this. As you can see, this one we install them on the ground, but this one we try to raise them, and I'm going to show you on our next episode why we decided to raise our feeders from the ground. So this is how our poultry house look like. So we decided on the interior of the poultry house after using the timber outside. So on our inside of the poultry house we use this plywood to be able to control the interior of the poultry. So this plywood is very, very critical, and it's very helpful in controlling the temperatures of the poultry. So we use this plywood, and we've covered our interior of the poultry, and it is enclosed. As you can see, we've used this plywood as our, and it's really helping us very well to control entry of rodents like this rats, the entry of predators like snakes. So we use this plywood, and it's very helpful to us because it's controlling entry of unwanted animals to our poultry house, and the same it's helping us in controlling and regulating the temperatures. So you cannot be able to experience different you can be able to experience this different kind of temperatures in our poultry, because this plywood is really helping us in controlling the temperature. So if you are inside the poultry, the temperature is very good and it's not very cold. So this plywood is very helpful to us. So as you can see, we've covered the entire interior of the poultry with the plywood. And the next thing that I want to show you about our poultry house, we've used different available materials to build this. As you can see, we've used these gutters, the plastic gutters. We've used the plastic gutters as our feeders, and I really liked how the gutters are functioning, because they are controlling the gutters are really controlling us on matters of feeding, and it has really helped in stoppage of wastage of our feed. So as you can see, these gutters are very useful, and we installed the gutters, but we have not installed in the entire poultry house. Unlike this kind of feeders, I'll choose the gutters feeders over this kind of feeders that you are seeing here down here. So this is how we've been able to manage our poultry house. So we use this plastic gutters. This it's around 20 meters, and it goes for 1,200 in a nearby hardware. So we decided to go for this because it's really very, very helpful in controlling wastages of feeds from the birds. As you can see, this poultry, we've used this wire mesh, so the birds protrude their heads from this wire mesh here, and they feed from the gutter. So there's no direct content of food direct to the birds. So the birds are able to protrude their heads through this wire mesh, and they feed from the gutters. And it has really helped us in maximizing wastage of feed, and controlling on how the birds are feeding. So it's very easy to feed these birds when they are inside the cages. So as you can see, these kind of cages, we built them, they are self-made. We didn't buy the aluminium just cages, but we made our own from timber and wire mesh, as you can see. So in our poultry house, this is how we build it. And despite having these cages, we have a deep litter. We can allow our birds to move freely down here, and we can feed them from down here if we don't want to use the cages. But I'll prefer the cages because of the cages are very tidy, and they help in controlling on waste. They help very well in waste management and disposal of waste, and it also helps very good in matters of feeding and controlling wastage of feed. So I really appreciate, and I really appreciate the cages. So these cages, we built them ourselves. So I was making them on my own, step by step. There's no rush in poultry farming. You just make sure you kind of control and try to save you save your money. You don't go for expensive things. You just use the readily available materials, as you can see this. So in our poultry house, we have these self-made cages. They are four in numbers, and currently we are using only three. There are four in numbers, and one of the cages can hold up to 100 birds. So we have four, meaning we can, from these cages we can hold around 300 to 500 birds from these cages that are self-made. And how we made these cages, we use this wire mesh and the chicken fence as the it acted as where the birds can stand, and it really helps in waste management from the droppings of the bird. So when the birds are leaving them, are they are having the droppings, so the droppings don't really hang on the upper side. The droppings just go direct to the ground, and it's very good. It's very easy to manage the droppings when they are down from the ground than when you have a closed cage that doesn't have control of waste of dropping. So you'll find your cage has, it's very dirty, it's very untidy, and untidiness of the cages may bring about different kind of, so this we control, and we've made sure that when the birds when the birds are relieving themselves, the droppings go direct to the ground here, and we are able to come and collect the waste from the ground here. So this is how simple our poultry house is, and we've been able to manage it from time with the time, and we are continuing to learn how we can be able to improve it and do it better. So in our poultry house we also have the lighting system. So this is the electricity that we have. We are using our ordinary Philips bulb, but this is just for lighting. We have another bulb that we are using for heating, but currently we are not heating our poultry house because most of our bulbs are big enough and they have enough feathers that can protect them from low temperatures. So we are using this kind of bulb as our lighting, but it also helps us in heating in some way because it produces a lot of heat and it's very costly on electricity. So that's how we are trying to manage our poultry house. So I want to ask the most of you that you can start your poultry farming or poultry house at on a maybe let me say on a budget. You can start your poultry farming journey on a budget. You don't have to have a lot of money to start poultry farming. You can start as low as from 3,000 to 4,000, and you grow with the time. So that's our poultry house. It's just a very simple poultry house. So thank you for those who are watching. On our next episode, I'm going to tell you the reason why we decided to leave this side open like this, and we are using this tent as our door here to close this entire opening. So on our next episode, I'm going to explain on why you should leave your poultry house very open. It has to be very open like this. So thank you for those who have watched our videos, and thank you for those who have subscribed. Welcome back on our next episode. Ciao.